I completely misread.
I wonder if my
it said anime.
I wonder if my computer can handle me playing Final Fantasy in the background, but also playing Valhalla.
Almost certainly not a good idea.
I really want to play Valhalla. No. Yeah.
Play Valhalla.
Play Valhalla. Beans, what's the matter?
I say this knowing Rachel doesn't really. But, like, Mysti, did you ever play 2 Human?
I did not.
Okay, I talk about that game a lot because it lives in my head.
Rent free?
100%. That game is a fucking weirdo game. It was made by Silicon Knights.
I took our laundry in today.
Wow, this sure is a cutscene.
Yes. Remember when they had opening cutscenes like this?
Well, it was because they would run them on televisions at game stores, right?
Yeah.
Are you really quiet on your side?
The game, me, or...
I think I am really quiet.
Okay, I can boost you up.
Didn't mean to pull. We might go throw some laundry in.
Rachel sounds fine. I'm just waiting for you.
How's that?
I can't tell like what needs to be mixed better. The game is quite loud.
I can do that.
But I'm not sure how much of that's just me or not.
I'm gonna be right back. I'm gonna throw laundry in.
I'm going insane because I'm hearing like tripled up audio.
Why are you hearing tripled up audio?
Because I'm hearing you and Rachel and me, and all of it's repeating.
Oh, right, because of the stream.
But yeah, this is all like, whenever you have like those intros that play beforehand, that's just to be put on like televisions, right?
Yeah, that would make sense. I just go on the default name. Gotcha. I believe that's how you pronounce it.
Yeah, but if you put in sans, then it tells you can't do that.
That's fine. Disappearance of a small forest, first sign of the approaching evil. Morning villagers awoke to find a solid wall of fog where their forest should have been. Some men brave than others ventured into the pitch black mist. Were heard from again the next day. The lake disappeared. Whirling mists. Not long before the impenetrable mist shrouded the village itself. This is going too fast for me to read. Out loud anyway. I can read it in my head. Yeah, it's just evil fog reawakened.
I mean, like, what do we expect from Software? Like, actually, at this point, even, what do we expect? Because it's like, this definitely came out after at least 3, or at least 2 Kingsfields, and like Shadow Tower, and etc. Like, this is their bit now.
Evil fog. That's the entire point of their games. Gotcha. Or years have come to pass, come true, whatever.
They've never, in their lives, nobody ever at From Software once has ever animated a mouth.
They're all in helmets.
Back then, you didn't need to animate the mouth. But it's funny that that's a design philosophy that they've kept going until, like, Sekiro.
Black fog is upon us. Collapse against the very walls of the castle. Black fog has appeared all over Arguil. I think that's how you pronounce it.
Arguil? Yeah.
They say no one has ever encountered the fog and returned alive.
I don't think it's a real name, so...
First the forest, then a lake, the entire village vanished, followed up by that fog. It's the end for our fair kingdom.
Yes.
Probably. Say the fog first appeared in Ashea. One day there was a forest, next day it was gone.
If you don't get rid of the fog, then the old one will come out of it, and you'll have to fight an incredibly weak version of a last boss.
How can our world become? How can our world be becoming to an end? There we go. I was.
How can our world be coming to an end? Have we angered the gods somehow? Yes.
Probably. The legend of the rune stones was nothing more than a child's tale after all.
First the fog comes, then you're trapped in a grocery store with insane evangelicals. And then you get stabbed and thrown out as a sacrifice, and then a couple of years you come back and you're on Smallville and you get stabbed, and then you get thrown into a dumpster again and you become a monster. And then you're in Star Wars The Force Unleashed and you get stabbed and thrown into space. That all happens to the same actor. Fucking whatever the guy's name is, like Sam or something like that. Sam something or other. Fucking, I can never remember his name. That dude was in Riverdale and he got fucked up. Sam Witwer, I think is his name. But he was in an episode of Riverdale, and in that episode of Riverdale, I think he may have been two. He jumped out a window to his death. Man cannot get through anything.
No, apparently not.
Wait, isn't he the actor in Days Gone? Does anybody remember that game?
Is that the zombie horde game that's supposed to...
Yeah, that's the zombie motorcycle one. Isn't he Deacon Days Gone?
I don't remember.
Like, I don't hate Sam Witwer. I think he's not a great actor.
Sacred Covenants, you say?
Sam Witwer was not only in Force Awakens. Yeah, man's been in a lot of stuff. I'm getting a lot of buffering. I don't know if that's just me or not.
Let me see something. I haven't dropped anything, but I think I may have dropped the stream.
Oh. Nope, stream dead, yeah.
Let me...
I'm back.
I'm back.
Has that fixed it?
I mean, it's back. It says live unstable, but that could just be because it was unstable before it's come back. We'll see.
Yeah, we'll see what that does.
We'll see what this does.
I'm streaming at an appropriate bitrate and everything, so it should be fine.
Twitch might just be having a bad intake.
Covenant prohibited them from interfering with each other. Oh yeah, the 5 kingdoms weren't supposed to, mess with each other, so they had peace. Excuse me. Wish the king had not left us investigate the Black Fog. What would we do without him? Why would he go?
Oh, because it's a From Software game.
Yeah.
Gwyn, what's his face from Dark Souls 2? Lothric and Lorien in 3. Like it's a rite of passage to send your monarch to their death in the sci-fi fantasy futures.
Now I got a hair ornament.
You sure got something. Don't give up, skeleton. They did cower out, but like one of them halfway tried because he got crippled fighting that demon.
Yeah, cards, power, Legion.
Yu-Gi-Oh.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say the character models aren't as bad as they could be. These could be much worse looking.
Yeah, especially for a GameCube game. Yeah, kinda. And a deck builder.
Something odd just happened.
Oh, what happened?
Knock on the door. I go downstairs to check it really quick, as one does. And It's the neighbor in one of the complexes over to us, and she's like, "Oh hey, I'm doing some New Year's cleaning. I know you guys like weird wind chimes," and so she handed me a wind chime made of. She handed me a wind chime made of bells. So now I just have a wind chime that I'm gonna hang up somewhere in my room, I guess.
That is extremely funny.
Kingdom Hearts Chain of Memories of Souls games.
Oh my god, it kind of is.
Did you get the cards? Good, then let's be off. Not exactly the most fearsome warrior in the kingdom. I don't suppose you have a burly brother stashed away somewhere. So be it. Even the ugliest oyster may contain a beautiful pearl, although you look more like the pearl than the oyster. But may I ask? I'm the only person that can teach you how to use those cards found in that treasury. Better come with me if you want to stay alive. Come now, my cute little guardian of the Covenant.
Cute
You
little
just-
guardian.
Cute little guardian.
You just leave everything to old Gerd.
Old Gerd.
That's her name. He's Gerd. He's
Fucking.
Do me a favor, look back at the bunny boy in pink. I need that outfit for Alden.
That's very funny. She's just looking at people in Final Fantasy for outfits.
Is that another bunny boy?
Yes.
Ugh!
She's just discovering that men can wear dresses.
old. Yeah, I got the maid outfit from the store.
Don't tempt me. I'm already so tempted because in Valhalla you can get a mount that's a dire wolf and it's only $5 and I'm like, ah.
That's how they get you. Predatory monetization.
It's like I'm
On the,
so
on the one
tempted.
hand, with Final Fantasy, at least you know it's going back into the, coffers for Final Fantasy 14 and not to the rest of Square. But like, with Assassin's Creed, that's going to fund, like, whoever at Ubisoft's weird toucher parties. God, I can't believe that this game is like actually what Pasta said, basically. Kingdom Hearts Chain of Memories of Souls games deck builder.
Yep.
So Rachel, I don't know if you were like able to hear it or present for it or not. This is a Fromsoft game. The beginning of the game is, hey, your fantasy kingdom is being encroached upon by fog.
Can you do me a favor?
It's just Demon Souls.
Fromsoft? Who did Fromsoft? Who games? I'm
Souls
not.
games.
Got you. Okay.
So it's like it's like Demon Souls and Dark Souls, how there's like the fog everywhere.
Yeah.
Or like Kingsfield, and they're still doing it. This is a completely different type of game, and they're still just like, yo, but what if the fog though?
I got a bunch of werewolves stalking me.
These loading screens are actually terrible, by the way. Like, it's not the screen, it's not the art that's the problem. The text going back and forth on a slant is the weirdest fucking thing.
You get used to it.
Guys, my room is so cool.
She has upgraded her room recently.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah. I mean, it's very colorful.
It's a bit much.
I think it's fine. Nick and Ray also like it. I need to somehow hang up my staff that I made at Ren Fair. I need to hang that up, and then I need to hang my cool club stick that I found in the woods. And then I need to hang up my fucking weird wind chimes now.
It's just this collection of stuff.
I guess I could technically hang it from the little window thingy, right?
This place is full of goblins.
Yep.
Bane! Bane's a goblin.
I love the idea of it just being like, this place is full of goblins. It's perfect.
Yeah. Yeah, it's perfect for training. Just adorable goblins. They're not adorable, they're very farty. There's a
I mean, it's
hobgoblin
better than the current format of Goblin.
What's the
Are
current
you not aware of the current format of Goblin in Japanese media?
I don't
Pig
think.
nosed, big dick.
No, that is orcs. The
Oh, that's
current
right.
format of goblin is tiny sexual assaulters.
Oh, gross.
Yeah, like
Hey.
every single goblin series and a thing in the last, like, I want to say, like, 4 years has just been like, what if the goblins just raped women a lot?
Ew.
It's like, I get it. I get
or
what. But
If you watch a specific hentai, it's why are they sexually assaulting 2 boys? Technically men, one whom's a prince and the other who's the knight that tried to save him. Thank you
of
very
course,
much.
you would be the one that finds, like, goblin rape yaoi. Like,
And I watched all 3 episodes and I loved every second of it. Are you kidding me?
That is
Those are
very Rachel.
They're not Twinkies.
that's such a
They're like-
niche thing,
They're
though.
not Twinkie. They're like super big and buff. I could tell you the whole plot.
The goblins or
watched
the the boys?
The men! Yeah, the prince is like super big and buff but has a really pretty face, and then the knight that tries to save him is like super big and he... That was me making a flexing pose when I snorted, by the way. and so the prince gets kidnapped because, of course, the prince is walking by himself because he's not supposed to be walking out by himself. He gets kidnapped by the goblins. Goblins take him to an orc dude, be like, look what we brought you, sir. And
It's fucking Warhammer logic.
and then it gets turned into the, and you know, a thing. But then they start enjoying it. And then another knight shows up and, like, rescues the prince and the other knight. And then they're in a little wagon, like a little covered wagon, trying to, like, relax and recoup. And then the prince is like, fuck, I'm horny because I'm so used to getting fucked by orcs all the time. And so he, like, makes a pass at the knight that came and saved him, and the knight's like, well, this is fucking weird, like, I don't want to do this, and the prince is like, I'm really good at it now, and the knight's like, well, okay, I guess.
Why do
And so the-
you remember?
Because I've watched it so many times. And then, not even for, like, sexual reasons, just because, like, yeah, I want to watch this. And then they want to get away from the wagon because there's a bunch of other knights around them to try to save the prince. So then they go and they fuck in the woods. But as they're fucking in the woods, there's a goblin that kidnapped him before that's like, oh, he got away. I need to bring him back to the orc guy. But instead, the goblin tries to make a move, and the prince is like, oh fuck. And the prince grabs the sword from the knight, who's still, like, clothed but only has his dick out, and he, like, chops down the goblin, and the knight's like, holy fuck, that was hot. And it flash forwards to the prince becoming the king, and the knight that saved him becomes his right-hand man, and it ends with them looking at each other all happy and in love. So happy endings.
What the fuck do you watch? That's coming from me. I've watched some shit.
Typing in human X orc yaoi. That's what pops up.
That'll do it.
Like, when I want to watch porn, it's a specific thing that I'm looking for. The bean is back to normal. She's sleeping.
Okay, that's good.
She's been, like, so concerned about the cat today, and I'm like, the cat's fine. It just wants attention. Like,
She was doing things she doesn't normally do, though. And it was worrying me.
worrying me. Worry and me.
Worry and me.
I don't.
Oh my
worry.
god, look at my little dragon.
Yeah. So, I'm sorry, like, I just...
Yeah.
Like, I just need to mention, in regards to this game, like,
Yes.
how good it looked at the beginning comparative to now. Man, like, that first area was polished. And now we're just on the, what if we just continue to map the texture repeatedly over the same area?
Yeah, there's a lot of that in this game.
Like, I know it was that with the other one too, but...
Yes, you
Have
just
you-
repeated what the sign said.
Have you ever watched, or I guess read is the correct term, the that webcomic
poisoned.
someone made where it's the elf that really wants to get laid by an orc, but the orc is super respectful?
Oh, isn't that like a ball buddy one?
I don't know, but it's like an elf was like, oh, I'm really attracted to this orc. I'm gonna do everything I can because orcs stereotypically, bleh. And like she shows up like with no clothes on, and it's wet outside, and she's like, oh my god, I'm here with no clothes, and then he just like gives her a sweater, and like sets her by the fire.
I've seen this before.
It's really fucking cute.
I'm sorry. So hold on, is this like? Is there like instanced kind of like random battles in this?
That is exactly what's happened. Well, this is scripted, but that is what happens.
Okay, because I was gonna say like, this feels like a game that should be like a SMT or like a Persona where you walk into it, but like, if it's like Pokemon, that's even weirder.
Yeah, and like some of the cards are you throw them out and they just do their own thing. Some of them are like hit in front of you. Use them more than once.
So like some are spells and some are summons.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's a summon right there. Well, that's sort of a spell. That's called a summon type.
But it's a spell.
Yeah.
I thought that was gonna stay, and now it's like fucked off.
No, it's very weird. And we got treasure chests, and they always contain a card. Well, not always a card. You get fairies you can trade in for cards later.
Ah, I understand. Slavery.
Yes. No, it's not really slavery, but might as well be.
Well, it's not, but it might as well be.
Now, I'll go in there in a minute. I want to get the chest first. Come on. Regora card. If I want to use it, I have to go all the way back to the save point to put it back in my deck. Well, not back in my deck, but in my deck at all. Come on.
So, in order to modify your deck, you have to access a save point.
In a level, yes. You can modify your deck outside of the level, but in the level, you've got to get a save.
Okay.
Got anything else to say? And cutscene, because it's a boss.
I mean, this is just... this is not bad. We're gonna pick up the thing.
What thing?
I thought he was gonna, like, in the cutscene, I thought he was gonna, like, pick up the thing that was in front of him, but instead, no, he just exists, and he roars.
Come over here. Wow, that does a lot of damage. I keep forgetting how much damage that does because it's an elemental weakness. Get out of here. I want the crystals. Some weapon experience on that.
I'm just watching this and thinking, like, it's not bad, but this got a sequel?
Yes, it did. It plays a little differently, too.
But, I mean, also, like, Evergrace, I guess.
Aw, man, 3 stars? Well, I did get hit kind of bit.
I do have a question.
Yep.
Is this physical or from a legal copy playing on a high definition capture card?
This is physical.
Oh my god. You owned this game?
Yes, I own the sequel too.
Oh my god.
Acquiring valuable information while buying and selling cards. Yeah, the text isn't great.
like I'm sure that this was better back then, but I still feel like I would have played this and been like, I made a mistake. Like, I rented Evergrace a good couple times, and every time I'd get to, like, the same spot and be like, why the fuck am I playing this game? And I feel like this is just true of a lot of, like, older FromSoft games.
Dude, this is before I even knew about Dark Souls or Demon Souls games or anything.
Well, I mean, most people didn't know about Kingsfield. They got released in that weird order that happens to Japanese games when they get released in the West, and then on top of that, they didn't have a game for like a good couple of years, and nobody else was sitting there like, yeah, time to play Shadow Tower. Like, when did this come out?
I have the... Just give me a second.
It's like, it's gotta be like early 2000s, right?
2001.
Alright, this isn't actually that far off from Shadow Tower. Shadow Tower was like 98. Like, Kingsfield 4 is like 2001. God, I'm just imagining somebody being like, well, like, I liked, you know, FromSoft's, like, card game. Maybe I should play Kingsfield. Oh, no. Or inverse. Like, I liked Kingsfield. Maybe I should go and do this.
Yeah, and then there's a bunch of stuff to do here. You talk to them. Or... Yeah, she's just repeating. Buy stuff. Buy other cards. Don't have a red lizard man.
It's giving me triple triad flashbacks, and I didn't even play the games that came from. I just played Final Fantasy XIV. I'm like, I don't want to have to buy the cards. Just give me the cards.
Then you can level up cards and make them other cards, or copy them when they have enough experience.
Like Digimon.
Yeah.
No big stretch from the tiny beans.
Well, I gotta go to Blessoon.
Soon.
Uh-huh.
They just...
Town is now a ghost town.
So a friend of mine, because normally I try to plan things in the morning when you're asleep.
Yeah.
A friend of mine is just like, hey, do you still want to hang out tomorrow? And I'm like, well, yeah, probably, because I have errands to run and you said you wanted to tag along. They're like, okay, so here's the problem. My sister tested positive for COVID. Do you still want me to hang around? And I'm like, no.
Hey, listen, I've been directly tied to a person who has COVID. Do you still want to breathe the same air as me? Not really. Wow.
And there's a chest I can't get to without breaking these, but I can't break these in the overworld, so I have to get into a fight.
What?
Yep. And I have to make sure I break the right barrels, because I need to get to the front of the chest open.
What are these mechanics?
Someone's
Okay.
And when
So
I do
you...
that- Yeah, okay, go ahead.
So you enter an instance of a fight, and that fight will load a tile, and that tile is based on a certain set of the overworld tiles,
Yes.
which will then carry over effects from that instance.
Correct.
What the fuck?
No, I'm out looking for my dad. Skeleton card. That's your phone. Yes, that's your phone. It's hard to tell sometimes. Theobane. It can't be Phobane, because I think that might be a trademark. Final Fantasy.
What?
King Phobane or something, but the king in this one's King Theobane.
I mean, I think that might just be different translations of old names, right?
Oh, maybe. Four capstans and color capstan for the gate. Switches are activated at the gate, blocking the road to Basami open. Left once, right 4 times. And I know this because I did a little bit of a practice run.
This is giving me like this is giving me like Shin Megami Tensei energy. But like it's like somebody took Shin Megami Tensei and then shoved it into Tails. Like, having never played Chain of Memories, I actually can't comment on it other than the card system existing. But like, this just feels like somebody was like, what if you had an RPG with specific abilities, and then we crammed that as hard as we could into another action RPG franchise?
Hey. Barrels generally don't have anything in them. There's stuff under them. Well, since I'm here... Yeah, you guys spawn right by me. Bastard. Ow. I'm not interested right now. You fight that thing. I do have gems in it. Go plant thing. Get the rat. Oh, it's blocked. I can't. Harvey Birdman.
Eterniate Law?
Yeah. Eterniate Spear.
Oh, I need to listen to that song again.
There's supposed to... Oh, there it is. There's supposed to be a card in here. Elstrom card.
Ah, yes, the Final Fantasy group with the coat that makes me think of Eureka 7. I don't know what it is about Japan and, like, big collar military suits that are in red and black, but they love that particular color scheme.
That drawer, I don't... No. I don't think it's that one.
Return? Welcome to your return. We finally figured out that this game is, in fact, a Shin Megami Tensei game crammed into a Tales game. Because whenever you interact with shit like this, it just makes me think of when you use the ring.
Oh, yeah. And I had to knock the door down so I can get the card.
Yeah, you couldn't just walk around on top of any of the surfaces there that are at less than your, like, Shin level. They took my shins.
All in sight. There's a paper here. Fountain is to be cleaned once a month. Left once, right 3 times. I think it may have been a little more than a month.
I was gonna say, I don't think anybody's cleaning anything here.
Rat card?
Rachel's had that stuck in her head for like 3 days now.
Only the Japanese cover, though, not the English one.
Yeah, not even like the real version of the song, like a cover.
It's in Japanese, it's cuter.
I keep getting so taken aback by this game because some stuff looks really good and some stuff just really doesn't. Like the water effect, the ripple when it goes into the map.
Yeah.
Like that runs really smoothly.
Okay. Yeah.
So you're running a real physical GameCube.
Yes.
To play this.
I am.
Oh.
Do you know if this game runs 60?
I have no idea.
Because some of those effects are just really smooth. And you can trick the eye at 30 to look really good. But, like, some of it just... It looks like it's coming in at a faster refresh rate. And I know that Tails on the GameCube is 60.
Yes. It's very strange. It's hard to tell if one game runs at 60.
Because back then it didn't really matter. Like, usually the television would limit your hardware, right?
There's this guy.
I wonder if that's why so many older games have input lag.
Well, there's one left in the town. Are you from Lancia? Alexander, a scholar of these parts. I study the fairies. You know, the little people.
I'm sorry, that guy is a Final Fantasy. No, like, he actually is just a Final Fantasy.
He's a scholar.
Like, he's got the fairy, he's got the hat.
Yeah.
Like, that actually just is the Final Fantasy. Yeah, Pasta's having the same reaction as me right now. That's too close. That's extremely weird.
Our little friends should... One of our little friends sticks to you, you should bring him to my home. Take good care of him, I promise you, and I'm more than happy to compensate you. Compensate me for bringing you the little people.
That sounds ominous.
Well, that's what he called them.
Methinks that in a couple of years, that guy's going to be found dead of suicide in his jail cell.
That's terrible.
I mean, he's compensating you for the little people.
Yeah, but doesn't little people connotate dwarves more than that?
Hey, yeah, but I mean, if you're trying to avoid getting investigated, you gotta have some sort of, you know, system.
I suppose. A lot of cards here.
Do you guys hear my chair squeaking at all?
No, I don't.
I don't know. I don't know if I heard the chair, but I think I heard you slapping at either your boobs or your thighs.
That's my thigh.
Yeah.
I'm just over here vibing. I'm just dancing.
Yeah, go ahead. Monsters in disguise that are somehow blue fairies.
Oh, so I forgot to tell you some of the weird things we saw at the thrift store today. Anyway.
Yeah. Go ahead.
So first off, there was a there was a place that was just selling like really cool like animal skulls, which I was like this is kind of cool. There was a sign that was like they're ethically sourced, like either they're hunted and everything is used, like the meat, the fur, or whatever. Which, like, fine, like if you hunt a deer and you're gonna eat the meat, you're gonna use the deer skin for something, like I'm fine with that, whatever. It's like I don't like trophy hunting or roadkill. Like so many people will go up to like a dead animal and be like, want this skull, and just do what they gotta do. And I was like, those are really cool bones. But then I looked at them and I'm like, I'm not gonna spend $60 on a skull. Like that's not happening.
Yeah.
And because I know it takes a lot of time and a lot of effort to go into cleaning the skulls so like humans can pick them up. I don't want to spend that much money. So hi Bean, good Bean. There was one place that had authentic, like old Victorian furniture, like. One couch was $3,000 because they had like a certificate. Yeah, just a couch, like a love seat. And it's because it's from the Victorian era, and they even had a certificate saying like, yeah, this shit's from the Victorian era. I was like, holy fuck, why is it here of all places, and why are you selling it? I'd like give it to a museum or something, but okay.
No, antiques like that still go. Museums wouldn't take most of them.
There was a place that was a bunch of plants, so that was cool. There was a place that had all of these super, super old comics, because I was like, what the fuck is this one comic book selling for like $80? And I was like, oh, it's from like early 1900s, like, it was old as dirt. And it was like in a film, and it was like never opened. I'm like, what's the point of buying a comic if you're never gonna open it? And I guess it's like,
I hate it, but it's for preservation.
yeah, I get it. It's like for this exact reason, so you can sell it later on.
Well, again, also it's for preservation. Like, why do you not let people just touch their greasy, horrible little human hands all over works of art?
Well, like, but a comic, to me, it's like a comic is meant for reading. This was never opened. It had the original unopened packaging.
9 times out of 10, those people have bought a second copy.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say.
So, like, that was kind of cool.
Or reprints exist.
Because again, this one building had 220 different individual little shops you could go into.
Yeah, which is crazy.
It's so cool though. One place had like the crystals, the smelling. Oh, I did buy something. I bought a little smelling good.
It had weird rocks.
It had weird rocks, but it also had this person makes their own perfumes, and it's in like a tiny for like $5. It was like a tiny like little like a 2-inch size vial that like you can roll on, and you smell good. The one I got, it smells like orange. I forgot I bought that.
Oh yeah.
It had like a bunch of weird things because my roommate was looking at them. There was one that had this dude like hand carved his own furniture that you could buy. One was a stool in the shape of mushrooms. It had like a big mushroom and then a bunch of little tinier mushrooms surrounding it, and I'm like, I need it. But then it was $300, which I totally get because you hand carved this, you hand painted it, whatever. But I'm like, I'm not gonna spend $300. It's not happening. So then we went into this like bohemian looking shop that had a little cafe in it and some stuff. And there was a ring in there that I really, really, really wanted. It's like, it was only $30 and it was super cool because it was a face. Just a face. It was just a human face.
It's just a Dark Souls ring.
Yeah, it's literally a face and wrapped in silver, and then like, the dude's eyes were closed, and he had like it was like a monotone expression on him. It looked really cool, but nobody was working there that day, so I couldn't get anybody to open up the fucking case. I was like, guess it's not meant to be. Guess I can't get my cool human face ring. But they had a bunch of like cool things. There was a chandelier, not chandelier, like a dream catcher looking thing, but it was made out of sea glass. So like when the light hit it, the light reflected and like painted the wall behind it like a array of colors. Like, that's fucking rad. But then I looked at it and I'm like, not $40, it's not.
Yeah, it's a bit expensive.
Someone made tiny alpaca like character, like little stuffed animals out of alpaca fur.
Oh, I've seen those, yeah.
Yeah, but the tiny alpacas were $100 each.
Yeah, that sort of stuff is when you're getting into luxury equipment.
So now I've got optional levels.
I'm trying to think here.
Now it's become fucking, what do you call it? Now it's become Neo.
Oh, there was one place that had
Oh shit, now I have too many cards.
bootleg anime merchandise.
Like
And
garage kit shit?
I mean bootleg. No, like it didn't, some of it looked really, really bad. Some of it looked okay, but I'm looking at it and I'm like that's not Sylveon's pattern. Like Sylveon doesn't have the, like there was little Pokemon figurines. And I'm like, Sylveon doesn't have those markings on her.
It's
Vaporeon doesn't look like this, and Vaporeon isn't, even their shiny isn't that color. It was just really weird.
Yeah, that's
it's their
bootlegs.
OCs.
And then my roommate, because she went with me, she found.
That's an error right there.
What?
Yeah, because she had to leave.
The roommate.
There
One more.
was. Oh, I accidentally broke something.
Of course, as you do.
Yup, accidentally broke something. I hit it because like they had shit like on the ground that's fragile. Like there was this candelabra thing that was made out of glass on the ground and I didn't see it, and I turned and my purse hit it, and so I heard ksh, and I looked down at it and I looked at my roommate and I was like, run, I ain't paying for that. And so we just like briskly walked away.
If shit's on the floor, like you're almost asking for it.
Yep, it's like don't put your shit on the floor. Also make it like it was annoying. Oh, there was a ring, and I was gonna get it, but it was $40. After the face ring that I saw, I was like, can't get that ring. There was another ring that was from a place that had weird rocks, and it was a Sunstone ring, and I love Sunstone.
Yes.
And I was like, oh my god, I fucking love Sunstone, but it didn't fit my finger, and it was too big for my fingers, and I didn't like how it fit on my middle finger. Like, it was loose. It was tight enough that, like, it wasn't, like, spinning on my finger, but if I, like, waved my hand or moved, I could feel it shifting down. So I was like, oh, I can't go on any of my fingies. So I can't get it. We found a lot of, like, weird, someone, like, crafted realistic-looking bugs out of iron. And one of them was a tarantula, and my roommate really wanted to get it. A place that just sold swords. Like, handmade, like, swords, and it was really cool. Like, you could, like, tell, like, the like, blade had been, like, hammered, or whatever, you know what I mean? Like, it looked hammered, which was really cool. There was a place that just had, like, little minis, like, the little doll houses, like, people, like, hand make and, like, customize little doll houses with little furniture and stuff, and he made everything all fantasy themed, and I was like, I want to get into the tiny house business. I want to start crafting it. I want to start making tiny little houses and decorate them and be so much fun. And then, because I was looking, but this guy was selling them for like fucking
item.
Like one of the houses, which is basically just a room. It wasn't even a house; it was just a room. It was like $600. Like, Jesus Christ. And then he had a ring in his case on the back, because you walked in and it was like all the doll stuff, and the further back you went into the shop, the odder it got, and he had weird rocks, like big weird rocks. I'm like, these are fucking cool. And then he had a moss agate ring, and I was like, oh my god, it's a moss agate ring, I need it. And
is that like green and it's striped Asian?
Get so to church. I'm kidding. I obviously don't know this location.
Oh, for frack's sake.
Oh no, the stream.
Hey, they are now open on Sundays.
Hey, there you go.
Oh.
Me.
Oh.
There was a network error. Please try again.
Yeah, let me.
Hey, Twitch, can I just refresh this page and it work?
No, I think I might have dropped the stream again. Oh no, OBS crashed.
Oh no. Oh.
I am locally recording this, so hopefully it's getting that.
Okay, so wait, so was it just the stream crashed, but like the recording continued?
Yes, somehow.
Weird.
There we go, it's back.
Also, in case nobody knows, Betty White's dead.
Oh yeah, I heard about that. That's terrible.
There was a vigil for it in 14 yesterday.
Yeah.
Just a bunch of people standing in Ul'dah with like fucking campfires. Also, John Madden's dead.
Oh, he
Who's
is?
John Madden?
John Madden was sportsman.
I have to pee. I'll be right back.
Yeah. But he was the first astronaut. So there was a post about it on the Super Best Friends subreddit on r/2bestfriends, and they posted a thing being like, John Madden passing away made me remember this piece of internet history, and it's like from 10 years ago, the Moonbase Alpha thing where they're just going, Io, John Madden, 9999999, and like, I remember us seeing that, like, I watched it very, very soon after that came out, but like, I remember showing Nick that and us deciding to play that game and it being on fucking Halloween and not knowing that the game had a Halloween update that made skulls pop out at you. And I bring this up all the time, but I love the fact that like his fucking niece or whatever saw John Madden and somehow turned that into Join Madden, and it's been like 5 years and we still say Join Madden. Like, there's depth to an in-joke that means nothing to anybody but us. Like, if you just say John Madden to people on the internet, somebody will understand it. You might have to dig for people that remember the John Madden meme. But, like, if you get it, they'll understand. If you say Join Madden, no one knows what the fuck you're talking about. But even better now is because he's dead, it has a whole new connotation. And it's even funnier because that meme came out of Halloween Skull Day. It's like it all came back around. The universe warped itself to allow me to have a shitty joke.
Sure you didn't warp the universe?
I mean, become as gods or whatever, right?
Yeah. I tried lowering the bit rate I use and seeing if that'll make it more stable. I don't know what.
Maybe you're having a bad internet day.
Yeah, I hope not.
Really weird that it's been like such a problem. Because yeah, like I usually stream at like 6, and I imagine you do too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I turned it down to 5. And now I get a fight with a cursed king. No, it's just a wraith and a couple of ghouls.
I was gonna say, so a Fromsoft game.
Oh yeah, I mean that trope's still here too, isn't it?
That trope is consistent. Like, it's crazy how much Fromsoft just doesn't update their games. And I don't mean that in a negative light. Like you know that going into Elden Ring, there's going to be a king that you'll have to fight at some point, at least one.
Ow.
Or he'll be there off to the side. Like Bloodborne even still keeps to that somehow. When you go to the fucking castle and you fight Martyr Logarius, and then you get past Logarius and it's like, oh yeah, here's the queen.
It's just non-stop.
Like, she's not a combat enemy, but like it's still like, here's a queen in your Victorian you know, Eldritch hellscape.
It's a couple of fairies hanging out.
I do kind of want somebody to do like a retrospective of just how FromSoft stubbornly did the same thing over and over to success. Because, like, they released other games, too, and they had limited success with a lot of them. But, like, King's Field is just Dark Souls. Like, it's just the Souls games, but from a first-person perspective. Like, have you ever watched any King's Field videos?
I have
or,
not.
like, Let's Plays at all? I forget which King's Field it is, because there's 4 of them, so there's a lot. But there's one of them that it starts you off and you're in the middle of, like a lake or like an oceanside area, and the first thing that you can do is you can walk off into the water without realizing it and die and have to restart the game because they don't explain to you that the water depth is not consistent.
Oh, God damn it.
So it's like you walk off the platform and you're in the water and you're fine, and then you take another step and you're dead. And it's like fucking From Software. And then you get past that, and the first thing you see is your starter enemy. And you fight the starter enemy, and you're presented the option to go right or left. And if you go left, it's a cave full of skeletons, and they kick your ass. like that's literally just Firelink.
Yeah,
you have the option to go right or left, and if you go left, it's skeletons that kick your ass. And I'm not even criticizing them, because it's working. Somehow just doing the same thing is working.
Yeah,
and I think that the funny thing is, like, they're doing, and, you know, like, not really spoilers, but, like, they're doing what The Matrix 4 is doing. Where they make a new game, and every time they do it, but they keep the Souls formula, they put something in that mocks you for trying to play the game like Dark Souls. Because, like, one of the big criticisms going on for the Matrix right now is the Matrix 4 just shits on, like, all of the other games.
Ow, I'm gonna die.
And it doesn't do that in, like, a negative light. It does it like fanboys hate it when you don't give them exactly the same thing, right? And Fromsoft is really good with that. Like, every Souls game is a little bit different. And then the subsequent genre that's evolved out from those, like Sekiro is so much different than Bloodborne. But it's kind of just an evolution of Bloodborne.
Yes.
Like, Bloodborne was, you better get good at parrying. You picked up a shield? Cool, it engenders passivity. Stop using your shield. And then you get to Sekiro and it's like, oh, what? You want a shield? Cool. That's an end game upgrade, and it doesn't even do what you want.
Yeah.
And now we're getting fucking, you know, Elden Ring, and it's like, hey, cool. You know what the biggest upgrade to this is? You can jump. It's like, we took the thing from Sekiro and we put it in the Souls games. What are you gonna do now? And it's like, I can't wait to see all the people try to do jumps and just get bodied. It's gonna be great.
No, you can only jump when there's lightning.
I watched a good bit of Elden Ring gameplay because, well, I do want to go in fresh and not know like any lore stuff. I do just want to know how the game at least works. I don't mind that. Like, before the Souls games got all crazy and people were like obsessed with avoiding spoilers, I definitely was one of those guys that was like, every time I want to see like the public access testing, I want to see the testing that you put out at like game shows, stuff like that. And I watched a good bit of it, and it's really interesting to see how they're tackling the idea of like, yeah, you could take this from on foot, you could go on horseback, your horse can jump. It's like, not only can you jump, the horse can jump.
Horse jump good.
There's so much to that game that it's going to be great to see it broken open in like a week.
Yeah.
And I get there's stuff like that in the old games too. Like in Kingsfield, you can go up against the last boss and just brute force it, and it's just a hard fight, and you're fine. Or you can go in and get the secret swords that do all the super damage, and then you're good. It's like they have one method of making video games there, and somehow Miyazaki just happened to find a studio where he could walk in and be like, cool, so all of your old catalog, we're just gonna update that. Except for the cool robot one, fuck you. Never getting another Armored Core as long as you live. Dude, that guy's really cool.
Didn't the second Armored Core do badly because it was on Connect or something? Or am I thinking of something else?
I don't know if it was the second. I know that there was like a couple of Armored Cores. One of them is apparently just pretty bad. That's where Patches is from. He was Patches the Hyena. And when you encounter him, he's like, oh, please help me, please help me. And then you go towards his distress beacon and he just fucking attacks you, trying to strip your ship. Or mecha, I guess. And then when you beat the shit out of him, he's like, okay, okay. Same character. And now he's a spider.
Oh yeah, he did turn into a spider, didn't he?
Yeah.
Ow, stop that. Oh, nice. Don't have that much range. Oh, right, that fairy's in my text.
I'm back.
Welcome back.
I go.
I'm sorry?
Sorry, I got distracted. I had to go feed the dog.
Oh, welcome back regardless.
Yeah.
Roommate's gotta, like, do something.
Yeah. Good luck.
So I've been, like, a day ahead this entire week.
Oh, you think it's Sunday? Something like that?
Like, I don't think it now, but like, my body has been like a week ahead. Because on like Tuesday, I thought it was Wednesday for some reason. And then that just persisted for like 2 days. And I'm like, oh, fuck me. Like, god damn it, I just want it to be Sunday already. Man, I love when skeletons explode.
Yeah.
The fact that it gives you a breakdown of like enemies defeated. It's like, thanks.
I might close FF and play
Go play
Valhalla.
Play Valhalla.
What are you gonna do then, though?
I'm watching Mysti.
Okay. Let's go do the thing first.
Yeah. I like this is honestly such a weird game to me.
Oh, please get that shirt for Nid.
Oh, I hate it.
My roommate was like, how far are you in Valhalla? And I'm like, 2 main story quests in, because I've been doing side quests. She's like, you're not even in England yet? Nope. England's the best part. Nope.
I want to see if I can't mess with my cards a little bit.
I'm gonna see if I can buy the motherfucking direwolf now.
Yeah, didn't you try to buy it the other day and it just like didn't work?
It literally just kept saying no. It didn't say declined or anything. There wasn't an issue with my bank account. It just kept going. It literally said no. Like, no ma'am.
Ah.
No, you can't do that.
There we go. I was like, why isn't it letting me go to Bryn?
I love so much, like, you tried to give money, and they were like, nah, and it's like, you're one of the most money-hungry companies.
Mm-hmm. It honestly could have been my bank being like, is this really you? Is this... Oh.
This you?
Wait, we'll try, maybe at 9, we'll try to jump back in, just to chill.
Is this you?
Is this you?
I saw a thing that, like, is semi-spoilers, I guess, for Final Fantasy, but it's like, I already know this character exists, I guess is, like, a weird way to put it.
I hate having to log into Ubisoft Connect every fucking time.
Oh yeah, Ubisoft's bullshit fucking sucks. Did Essie ever give you your damn Endwalker horse?
No!
No, she hasn't gotten it.
No, and I've contacted.
She got it on, like, the alt character that she made to be pretty.
Both of them.
Which is, like, very funny.
Both alt characters that I have it. Alden does not. I mean, which is fine, because I have.
You wouldn't use it anyway.
I wouldn't use it anyway, but it's kind of like, because I got the earring.
Yeah.
I got the earring.
It is very. I think that their team is just off right now.
I mean, it's totally fine if I don't get it. Like, even when I sent them a report, I wasn't mean. I was just like, yeah, hey, so I still don't have this.
They're usually good with honoring collector's edition stuff, but it's more just like, I think the team might not be there for the holidays.
It's fine. I mean, I don't care.
Like, Yoshi P's team is treated so well for a Japanese company.
That's probably why the game is good.
That's not an incorrect statement.
No,
He did make them die for like 2 years in the production of the original game.
Yeah, and he said he was never gonna do that again.
Yeah. It's really a miracle. Yeah. Shepard's like really surprised how much I like it because he knows how much I usually kind of hate subscription-based MMOs and the fact that I don't really dig Final Fantasy that much. But like, it's like people that sit there and go like, hey, ARR is like not good. It's like, that's not true. It's just really long and kind of boring. Like, you can still have a good game be kind of boring at parts.
Yeah, it is kind of boring at parts.
Like, every bit that comes after the boring bits is always really good. Like, the whole Titan quest line fucking sucks, and I don't care about any of the people that go like, oh, well, you know, it's showing that this group of people that beat him previously are coming together to trust you, to test you and see that you're good enough to do what they did. And I'm like, motherfucker, I've already killed, like, a primal.
They don't know that.
Everyone can vouch for me!
Well, they didn't see it, and they lost, like, hundreds of people doing this.
Yeah, and I did it by myself the other time, like... I understand that this is kind of one of those situations where you can't prove it because photography doesn't exist, but at the same time, it's like...
I love how it's like it doesn't exist,
on.
but we have a cell phone.
I mean, I'm sure cameras exist later on in the plot to a degree, if nothing else, but they probably just aren't mentioned. Like tombstones are supposed to be like Allegan bullshit. It's all... That was all side. They had a fucking satellite powered by a god sucking energy out of the sun. Like
okay, I need to be up.
we have clones but no cameras. I think cameras are probably a lost technology.
I do apologize for the darkness. It is not something I can deal with.
Oh no, that's just video game. Rachel is gonna be right back because her cat, like, jumped at her and clawed her.
Oh, is she bleeding?
Apparently.
Oh, no, that's terrible. I don't think the cat meant to do it, but...
Cat never means to, but cat does just jump all the time. It only has 3 legs, so it's, like, frequently not balanced properly.
Yeah.
Fucking cat.
You okay?
Not great.
I did not mean to scream. Yeah, no.
We only heard a bit of the
She fucking was, you know how she likes to try to climb up the back of the chair? Well, I'm leaning off to the side, so she thought my side was the back of the chair. So she used my whole side to climb up the whole length of the fucking chair. It fucking hurt. Little bitch. I don't like you. God. I just gave you soup. This is how you repay me, you little bitch.
He has 3 legs. Yeah. Yeah, fucking... Like, Rachel's cat only has 3 legs. The dog that she used to have only had 3 legs. Like, it's a trend. Don't be surprised if, in the future, I'm missing a limb.
Reading like
Don't
Metroid
you
or
dare.
something in here.
Try to climb up this chair again.
For some reason, I thought you just said Metroid?
Yeah, I think they're breeding Metroids or something.
Oh,
Nice.
okay. I was like, wait, what? Hold on. Did I mishear? No, I didn't.
They look like Metroids.
Okay, I thought about something, and it's gonna infuriate you specifically.
Okay.
Tales of Symphonia, since we've been on this track before,
Yes.
especially today. Tales of Symphonia runs 60 on GameCube.
Yes.
The GameCube version has never been ported to anything ever again.
Correct.
It's always been the PS2 version, because that's the complete edition, right?
Yeah.
I know why they've never ported the GameCube version.
Is it because it runs at 60?
No.
Okay.
1, you could easily just patch the completed content into the game. That's not a huge deal. You could just use whatever code, let it run at 60 in the other one. You could replace those things. It might be a little bit fucky, but you could do it pretty easily in the modern day. Like, there's that one dude that made Smash run at 60 and use, like, rollback netcode. And he did that just in his free time. Like, Nintendo could easily do this. Bamco or whoever owns the rights could do it. Like, it would take no time. It would take no time at all to do that. You could get a fan to do it, I guarantee it. The reason why they've never done it is because the GameCube version has a giant fucking GameCube hardcode into it.
Oh! Oh, I know.
That's literally the only reason why it's never been ported to, like, PC or anything else, because they had to remove the fucking GameCube in the first place.
I know what you're talking about, too.
Yeah, so it's like, just please make the PS2 version have 60. Like, you can turn 60 on in the PC version through some mods, but apparently it has chances to, like, really break your game. And I'm not saying games have to be 60. Yeah. I'm not one of those people. I don't really care that much. I just think it's stupid if you have it over here and you didn't make it that way anywhere else.
Yeah.
I'm gonna take a look here.
Okay.
This is Lost Kingdoms, right?
Yes.
Is it Kingdoms or Kingdom?
Kingdoms with an S.
Okay. Can I tell what game frame rate this has? I feel like that would be a really cool thing to do. Games at 60 FPS on Gamecube. A NeoGAF thread from 2005? Oh my god. Imagine caring about 60 FPS in 2005. Which GameCube games are 60 FPS? I want to buy one to experience the difference. GameCube has games?
I've got a ton
Buy
of GameCube
F-Zero
games.
GX because it's probably only $1 by now. Shit, did that drop fast? Super Monkey Ball, Metroid Prime, Mario Kart DD, F-Zero GX benefits the most. So I guess Prime doesn't necessarily run at 60 consistently, but it runs to 60.
Okay.
Which is a neat thing to learn. Time Splitters.
Time Splitters runs at 60?
2 and 3 apparently, but it does say it has a lot of slowdown, so it's not locked to 60. This is such an interesting dive, actually, because we're still having this problem. Like, at least on the GameCube, the slowdown was probably there, so that way it slowed from 60 down to 30, right?
Yeah.
And maybe a little bit below that, but you would accept that because that was normal back then.
Yeah.
But it's crazy that we're still having this discussion of like, well, that game came out and it's supposed to run 60, but not always.
There's something there, or is that just
In
a box?
15 years. Star Fox Adventures runs at 60? That's insane. Eternal Darkness runs 60?
Oh, I didn't know that. It does not feel like 30, so I suppose it probably...
Apparently, it only runs 60 in widescreen.
It's weird that the frame rate is tied to the screen ratio.
Can't be certain which of these are 60, but most of them have 60 Hz modes in PAL territories. Some of these are like, yeah, that makes sense. And some of them you're like, what? Obviously Smash Bros. Super Mario Sunshine. Like, I feel like any first-party Nintendo game was probably running 60.
Probably.
Because, like, Nintendo might be bad at that now, but I think that they were probably good on the GameCube. Because that was a secretly powerful console. It was genuinely strong. It just never got a lot of games.
Either that or it got games like this.
It was like the opposite problem of the PS2, right? Where like a ton of people made PS2 games, but a lot of them were just really shit. The fucking Rocky game for the GameCube runs 60. Okay, Lost Kingdoms does not specify whether it runs at 60, but Lost Kingdoms 2 runs at 60.
Okay.
Capcom versus SNK 2. Bloody Roar. Okay. Metroid Prime and Metroid Prime 2. Phantasy Star Online 1, 2, and 3. Resident Evil and Resident Evil 0.
Huh.
This probably explains why so many of those reported so easily, right?
Yeah.
Because if they had the code to run them 60 anyway.
Right.
Soul Calibur 2. Can we get a re-release of that game? Soul Calibur 2 is fucking great.
Yeah. I wouldn't mind that.
That game made me scream a lot. Like, I'm not a person that genuinely gets upset at video games very often. Metroid's doing it to me. Because I fucking hate Emmys, dude. Like, I will jump out of an area and fall down a corridor and then just, like, touch an Emmy and die and start screaming. And, like, I definitely have that with Soul Calibur, because Soul Calibur has the progressively harder challenges that you can do to unlock different weapons and armor. That's one thing I really miss about Soul Calibur, by the way. The customization is cool, but it was really cool when you could unlock the different weapons and they had stats. I understand why you remove the stats, because that's a little bit fucked. But it was fun when you got Link and you gave him Soul Edge.
Yeah, it was.
Or like you use the fishing rod and it sucks shit. Or not the fishing rod, the butterfly net, and it's like terrible because it's a net.
Yeah.
You just parry them. I mean, that's not wrong. I don't remember if Soul Calibur 2 has parries, but I just like, I loved the PS2 version of that game. I got the PS2 version first, so I have all my save data in that. But I own the GameCube version too, just because Link is in it. Oh, the Emmys? Okay. Yeah, I've parried an Emmy.
It's not easy.
It's not easy. Shepard said he's only done it like once or twice, and he's done like 3 playthroughs now.
Yeah, they purposely make it extremely hard.
Spoilers for that game, for me recording it. I got to named boss, and named boss had a sequence break item thing in the bottom corner. And I looked at it, and I got that instantly, and Shepard just went, "You found that right away." I didn't have the thing to use it, though, and I immediately became extremely upset because I got locked out of a bunch of locations because I didn't just hallwalk it more and explore stuff. But I did have the idea of trying to run through a bunch of areas that were, like, too hot at previous times. And then I got the Various suit and just forgot to go in one of them. Because I was like, okay, well, I'll go down here and explore. Because I just want to explore. And then it was like, hey, you're in a boss now. I'm like, oh, fuck off. They do a lot better job of hiding things in that game. Like, previous Metroids, it was always so obvious when you were about to hit a boss. And I feel like in Dread, when you hit a boss, it's just kind of there.
Yeah, that happens a lot.
Which, on the one hand, is really good because you never expect that you're going to hit a boss fight.
Right.
But on the other hand, you have me where it's like, oh, I figured out how to sequence break right away. Fuck, I can't do it. Also, I don't know why, I just can't. Like, I just can't get the controls in my brain. Like, you know how you do, like, the toggle to aim your shots better?
Yeah.
I just want to press that and have it aim up and to the side. Like, every time I do it, and it's like I have to finagle it to try and shoot things better, I'm just like, man, like, just let me play this game like it's a Game Boy game. Like, I used to be able to speedrun Zero Mission and, what do you call it?
Fusion?
The other one. Fusion, yeah. Like, I used to be able to speedrun those games, and now I'm sitting here just like, I can't beat fucking named boss. It's so weird. Like, it's a very good game, but there's definitely a Noid has not played a Metroid game since Other M energy coming through. And Hollow Knight doesn't count. Like, Hollow Knight's so different. Like, I tried to do shit like I would in Hollow Knight, and I'm like, fuck, this game doesn't work like that anymore. It's not the same thing. Like, I spent all of Hollow Knight being like, how can I turn this into a game that I use a gun? And now I have a gun again. And I'm like, oh, but I'm so used to getting up close now.
Yeah.
It's like my brain has tried to patch the same software 3 times over it, and now it's just all corrupted. Good game. Makes me extremely frustrated.
There was a thing. In Valhalla, I'm gonna pause so I don't miss this cutscene because I can't skip it, so I might as well watch it. They're like, they get to England and they're like, the fuck's the cross? And they're like, oh yeah, their god died on it. Why the fuck are they displaying the thing that killed their god? I just think that's funny. That's all.
You know?
You know?
No, I'm thinking about that, and I'm like, that's like, it makes sense for them to question it,
Yeah.
but at the same time, they remember what kills. And I say kills because I don't know if Viking Edda, as for like their lore, is supposed to be the past or the future.
Yeah. Well, I always assumed that people like to display like crucifixes and stuff because like, oh, that's when Jesus gave his life for us. We should like remember it. That's what I always assumed.
I always think it's insane because one of the tenets of, you know, Christianity and by extension Judaism before it was like no idolatry.
Yep.
And then it's like, here's a graven image of the Lord. I don't know, smells like idolatry to me. I've been watching you play this game for however long it's been now.
Yeah.
About an hour and something.
Yeah.
Like hour 14 minutes, and I'm like, I'm still so fucking lost. Like, I read some of those tutorials and you're going along with it. I'm like, I don't understand a thing. Smells like Teen Spirit.
I'm just trying to figure out what I want in my deck right now.
So I haven't gotten to Racist Elfland yet.
Yeah?
But, like, I know that they're opening up a housing area in Racist Elfland. Is that open now?
The area, yes. The houses, no.
Okay. Is that being saved for when the lottery happens?
Yes.
Shit. Okay.
Trail face filter.
So I was like, we could all probably, like, buy a house, but if the lottery's a thing, it's like, we're probably not going to get good luck, because we probably are going to inherit Rachel luck.
Where's your... Okay, there's your front.
I think it's cool that when you buy a house, you can have, like, people buy into the house for apartments. Okay, I like this area a lot better than some of the previous places, now that I'm, like, really looking at it. I think this benefits really well from black background.
Probably.
Well, because a lot of the areas have been, like, the weird water ripple, or, like, smoke.
Yeah.
Like what happened there when it loaded in. Like, this would just be better if the background was still just black. I guess they're doing that for higher contrast.
Probably. Ow. Oh, right, the thing explodes me. Okay, good to remember.
Why were you so close to it?
Well, I had to hit it. I probably should have thrown it out of range. So.
Yeah, I was thinking, like, you have casts, like...
Yeah, but most of what I got on me right now is, close up.
Okay.
Ow. Man. I mean, that is...
They're kicking your ass.
Yeah, they get kind of strong at this point.
So, like, this is kind of what you were meaning by, like, summons versus spells. Like, that's clearly more of a spell.
Yeah. There we go. I should have put some healing in this deck.
You're describing, like, the problem that I have consistently with so many things. Like, I never put healing in, I just full damage.
Yeah, that's what I like to do. Some of these things are switches, and it should... Got Harvey Birdman.
I'm just so... I'm so baffled by the mechanics chosen for this game, this method of environmental controls and changes. Like, it's genuinely, I think, the only time I've ever seen a game have instanced like tile load-ins for fights that also simultaneously affect the overworld, but are still clearly just not that.
Yeah.
This is such a unique thing.
Fairy. Nope. Oh crap. Now I got into another fight.
The fact that it's randomized is so weird. Just it feels like this should be it feels like this should be running Persona or like SMT logic of dungeons.
Well, luckily it doesn't punish you too much for dying. You just have to go back to the start of the level.
Yeah, you couldn't if it's shit like this. You wouldn't be able to. Nobody would tolerate it.
I do think you get to keep all your experience on your cards, though.
Honestly, that's a good trade-out.
Oh, that was a monster fairy. If you time it right, you can actually avoid the damage and hit them at the same time. Like I just did there. Ow. Less so there. There we go. I'm just kind of mashing on the statues to see if one of them's a switch.
But what if they're a bottom?
No, I'm the bottom. Okay. Yeah, I do think the black background's a bit better than when it's got the swirly water.
If you've got a void, like an isometric void area, you like just use a neutral background.
Make it bright fuck off green.
No, well, do that only as an option in the settings, because then people can easily just like color key it out. A memory just popped into my brain from like 2 years ago when I played through Hollow Knight, and I just edited in that fucking Jimmy Neutron thing.
I remember that.
Into the background. Oh my god.
I have a range. Yeah, he'll work.
Dot hack GU last recode $7.99 on Steam.
I own that.
I'm looking at it and I'm just like, man, I don't like Haseo. I never liked him. I remember seeing images of him for years and being like, who the fuck is this loser? And then people were like, oh, he's from Dot Hack. And I'm like, no, he's not, because I only watched Sign.
Oh.
And then I went and I investigated. I'm like, man, this character's shit. I hate him. And then I saw him later on when he's all spiky, and I'm like, he looks like a fucking Fate character. Like, I like edgelords, but that man gets really weird.
Oh, other way.
It's weird to think that that series is like as old as this too.
Yeah, it is, isn't it?
Dot Hack is ancient now. I only knew one other person that liked Dot Hack in real life. And here's the crazy thing. Guy didn't watch the anime.
You just play the games?
He was like a big fan of the games, and he would like always talk about them. And I'm just like, yeah, but did you watch like Dot Hack Sign? And he's just like, no, why? I'm like, well, why wouldn't you?
There we go. I survived. This Dot Hack Sign's great.
It's a good anime.
I've seen a little bit of like the other ones, but I just didn't get into them as much.
Yeah, well, that's the thing is I started to watch the stuff that has Haseo in it. And then I just went, I just don't like this. Also, it has the same problem in the dot hack world that I have with like the Sword Art world. It's like they make the game and then the game starts fucking killing people or like hospitalizing them. And I'm like, why would you even have any remnant code of like the old previous version that was fucked up and shitty? Because I remember Sword Art came out and everybody's like, it's like dot hack, but better. I'm like, this is like dot hack, but significantly worse. And then you get into season 2 and they're like, oh yeah, this guy is able to hijack it and put this person into a coma because of code left in the background of the game. I'm like, there's no way that any governing body would see a video game murder several hundred, let alone 1,000 people, and then go, yeah, you can keep the servers running on that code. Like, it won't happen. To tie it back to Final Fantasy, Square didn't even technically let Final Fantasy continue running on its shit code.
No, they just...
It's still pretty shit, but it's at least better.
Yeah.
Did you see, though, they did actually kind of have that happen? A 1.0 problem was persisting?
Yeah.
I love that, though, because it's like, hey, we remade the entire engine. The servers kind of still use 1.0 code, though, and it's like, why? Why? You remade the whole game. You've had 10 years to update this. That's a bad loading screen.
I'm gonna use the Switch. You. Oh, I think I get it now. The statues that move are also the level visual differences.
Yeah. Just don't die.
I'll try not to. Again.
That's the solution. Just don't die.
Third time's the charm. I forgot this thing like circles around you and you can just kind of like stand there and let it. Okay, unless it dies, but it is really good. I remember just kind of like killing bosses with that.
Here's the thing. This seems like a game that like I'd have fun with for a while. That was also called the Carbuncle.
Yeah.
Huh. Like I'd have fun with for a while, but I think I'd definitely like never rent this again. And I own a lot of games that I also feel like that about. So, you know, like it's not like I don't have a lot of games that I'm just kind of like, it's kind of weird as shit.
Yeah. I bought you some of it.
You've thankfully bought me one of them that I would never have purchased on my own. Because I've never bought a single one of his games once.
David Cage games.
I own his entire roster of games, and I've never bought a single one. They've all been gifted to me or through Humble Bundle and shit. Like, all of the ones I have on PlayStation are just, like, given to me by PlayStation. Obviously it wasn't live, but the fact that, like, the last LP that the Super Best Friends did before breaking up was, like, Omicron. If you don't count the Devil May Cry stuff that Pat and Louie did, it's like, holy shit, the last one that had all of them together was fucking Omicron. Which, by the way, their chat, like, their comment section on that set of videos is a nightmare now.
Oof.
If you go there, it's a ton of people being like, if you read between the lines, this game was a secret warning from David Bowie about how COVID was going to make us all isolated and, you know, how the devil is trying to steal your soul. What?
Nothing, just the devil's trying to steal your soul.
Yeah, there's so many people that are like, dude, you don't get it. David Bowie was trying to send a message about how the world government was going to be trying to isolate and contain people, and that's what the COVID vaccines are all about, is so that way Astaroth can steal your soul. I'm like, that's nothing like what the video game's about. What the fuck are you talking about?
What are you on about?
Also,
but like
David Bowie?
yeah, because David Bowie's in Omicron.
Oh!
Somehow David Cage tricked him into it.
I forgot David Bowie was in goddamn Omicron. Oh my god.
One of the best things that, like, David Cage is actually... I say this as a real compliment. One of the best things that he is responsible for is, like, 3 songs with David Bowie. All of the songs that are in Omicron are great David Bowie songs somehow. Like, and here's the thing. I actually get why David Bowie did it. I rag on him a lot for the choice to work with David Cage, but like this was the first time that David Cage really made a game. He had like a really grandiose idea for it. It was all about how like you have to transcend media and spirituality and all of this stuff. Like there's a lot of shit in Omicron because David Cage is an insane person that can't have a coherent plot to save his life. And that game is genuinely an interesting artifact of, like, the old video game auteur development cycle. And somehow he went to, you know, like, David Bowie and went, like, hey, do you want to be, you know, in this? Do you want to have a role in this and put some songs in it? And David Bowie looked at it and went, that's a really ambitious project, sure. And I think that after he got paid for doing that, he never thought about it again. Because... he was also the guy that made like fan websites, so that way his fans could come and like hang out and talk to him well before anybody else was even on the internet. So I think he just saw a thing that was like a little bit ahead of its time. And well, David Cage is a piece of shit and his studio fucking sucks half the time. They do put out genuinely interesting products every single time. All of those games are interesting. They just kind of suck.
Yeah, that is the problem with them.
Like, I think Detroit looked really good when it came out. Detroit was a really aesthetically amazing game. Heavy Rain had some extremely interesting facial capture stuff. Omicron was extremely ambitious. Indigo Prophecy's just fucking strange. But, like, it was trying something. And... the problem is just David Cage is a fucking asshole that sucks to work with. And so are a lot of the people that he works with, unfortunately.
Yeah, that does suck.
Did you see the did you see the photo of what's his face? Fucking Willem Dafoe on the set of Spider-Man versus on the set of like David Cage's productions?
I have not.
So there's an interview where he's sitting next to, at the time, Ellen Page. And they just look so miserable, but David Cage is like really excited.
Oh no, I did see that. I saw that picture.
And so the newest one is him and Alfred Molina, the guy that was Doc Ock.
Yeah.
And Jamie Foxx are all doing an interview for Spider-Man. And they all just look super happy. And it was just like a photo of him next to the other photo of him. And it just said like, happiness returned.
Oh, that's great.
Like, like it's so funny to think that working with David Cage sucks so bad that Willem Dafoe, a guy who just genuinely loves acting and will do any role basically as long as he thinks it's interesting, got that job and was like, I fucking hate it here.
I haven't heard great things about David Cage at all.
Did you hear that he cried in court?
Oh, I did hear about that.
I love that. That's one of my favorite ones to always bring up, is like he goes into court and he's like, you guys are making it so hard for me to make video games. Like, yeah, maybe stop harassing women in the workplace.
Yeah,
it's that simple.
How is that making it hard for you to make video games?
Because the publisher is, not the publisher, the game production studio, I guess they are a publisher now too, is getting like ridiculed in the French media. It's the equivalent of like what happens to Activision and Ubisoft, but because he's just one small studio comparatively, it's just like nobody wants the games. But then meanwhile, he somehow got that Star Wars contract.
Yeah, weird. Then again, maybe Disney doesn't give a shit.
I feel like Disney doesn't care. Like, I think they looked at it and they just go, yeah, controversy, okay. If we kept the license with EA, there would have been controversy. If we put it with Ubisoft, it would have been the same problem. Like, just give it to whoever. And then they gave it to David Cage's studio. And I firmly believe if you just don't let him have his fingers in that pie at all, it would be an okay game.
I don't want David Cage's fingers in any pies.
No, he's trying to put them in other things.
I'd rather they're not there either.
This is such a fucking FromSoft cutscene. Oh my god. Just the old FromSoft stuff just feels like this all the time. This is a weird comparison that I'm gonna make, but I'm also getting extreme Quest 64 vibes.
I can kind of see it.
I gotta play that game again. It's a bad game.
Nice.
I will say their character design is really good though.
I didn't realise that I was muted that whole time, and I thought you both were ignoring me.
You pulled a Nick.
I was like, how fucking rude of you.
Get out of here.
You actually pulled a Nick. Yeah, no, I wouldn't ignore you. I just thought that like something had occurred where you needed to be muted.
There is a difficulty processing your payment. Why? I just...
Muted so long she became British.
Guys, I just want a lion to ride in the game.
I'm just trying to throw money at a company that doesn't deserve it. The bank is literally like, stop it.
It's not letting me do it. I want to try one more time. I don't fucking dare.
Gotcha.
Yes. Credit card. By credit card, I mean debit card.
Yes, Queen Slay.
Yes, Queen. All right.
I hate that. I hate it.
I almost started saying my card number out loud. Which, like,
Yeah.
good luck if anybody wants to use it. You're gonna be disappointed.
Still don't do that.
What do you mean you only have 10 cents? That's the number. That's the date.
Ah, finally. Second runestone. Now I get more health.
Oh man, when I got more health and dread, I was so happy, and then I immediately realized, like, it's not helping me that much.
Yeah.
It helped me against named boss, but not that much, because I was pretty shit.
There are difficulties with your payment at this
Nice.
time.
Jesus Christ.
They just don't want my money. Either that or my bank is like, no.
Now that I fought her, I can go back and, like...
Not as bad, but I launched the FF14 launcher, but my active tab was still Stream Chat, so I autopiloted, typed in my password, and hit enter into the chat.
Oh no. We're gonna have to change your password now.
I can't verify the validity of this, but I saw a post. I hope it's a shit post. That was just a guy who took a picture of his credit card in his hand. It was like, got my first credit card today. And then the next post was like his bank and like extremely bad withdrawal. And he's like, y'all.
Okay, so I'm trying the credit card that I have. Because I want a tiger mount. If this doesn't go through, it's not meant to be. I'm not supposed to ride on a beautiful lion for this game.
Is it a lion or is it a tiger?
It went through.
Okay.
Alright, my bank just doesn't like them. Cool beans.
I wonder if your bank's blacklisted.
Oh, they actually might have.
I love the idea of a bank exclusively blacklisting Ubisoft.
Well, here's the thing. Here's the thing. If I buy stuff for Final Fantasy using my debit card will be like, yo, is this you? And then I have to go yes for it to go through. But it doesn't do that with this. I'm gonna be like, yo, take my fucking card off because it saved it and I don't like that shit. I mean, again, good luck. You're gonna be disappointed. But...
I like how I have to go all the way back to the beginning of the level now. Well, I don't have to, but there's a treasure chest. Balls if I'm gonna let that slide.
God, I don't want to work tonight. I'm just sitting there thinking of like how bad last night was, and like, Jesus Christ. Fucking like 10 calls sitting in the dispatch queue, all of them queued for like 1 minute apart for each other, so anytime you finish one, there's another one just immediately ready to go. And like every time you call, just nobody answers.
That sucks.
She was trying to buy a lion for an Assassin's Creed.
Yep.
Oh, is this Assassin's Creed, the like multiplayer one?
No.
No.
But now I'm trying to figure out how to remove my card from the...
Wait, multiplayer one?
It might not be released yet, but there's like a Assassin's Creed.
Are they doing a battle royale?
There was the one that took place in France. That one was
multiplayer.
That one was multiplayer.
That was also extremely broken. I remember all those Polygon articles.
Don't remember.
I almost said Porygon.
Porygon.
Those Porygon 2 articles.
Dude, I think that Porygon is one of the worst Pokemon, but I kind of love it.
Well, it's a Digimon.
I understand what you mean, but I hate you. It's actually a seizure-inducing Pokemon. Imagine, they would never in their life do that. But imagine if you get to one point in the game series, right? And it just goes, Porygon, the seizure-inducing Pokemon.
Oh, that'd be great. You need a ROM hack for that.
Because I don't keep up with Pokemon. Is Porygon just round now, or is that like an evolution or an alt?
Evolution.
Okay.
It's an evolution of Porygon 2 called Porygon Z.
Okay. So it evolves into Porygon 2, which then becomes Porygon Z.
Yes.
But isn't... Wait, so... Is that the one that's sick?
What one?
Somebody told me that one Porygon is like a virus type. Like in Digimon rules.
I don't know.
Okay. Huh. The first result when you type in Feobane is this guy.
Huh.
I did, however, find when I went to the second page of Google, 7 songs members Final Fantasy XIV Lodestone, Tarkus Feobane. Alright. I'm sorry, an Imgur page on the second Google page that popped up, and it's just the guide. It's just a scanned guide for this game. This game has some good art.
I don't have the guide, but I actually wouldn't mind having it.
I'm gonna post this here and be like, hey Pasta, remember how we were making the scholar joke? Like that's just a Final Fantasy, man. Like it's so much worse when you see him in his like artistic rendering.
Yeah.
Oh, that dude looks so cool.
Wait, did I go to the right place?
Dalnos? Dude, you look rad.
Thing I would. Dairy Castle, Rosis.
The art in this is really good.
Ooh, updated shop. I don't have any money. The only way you can get money is by selling cards.
What?
They don't like selling my cards.
So it's triple triad.
Yeah. Like keeping 4 of at least everything. At least 4 of everything. I have enough money to buy... Well, no, I don't. Yeah, well.
Do you remember when I was getting like 30 spam mails a day?
Yeah? Is that stopped?
That just stopped like the second the holidays ended.
Weird. Hey. I can transform you into that. Transform an illithid into a griffin thingy.
Nah, I'd rather the other way around. Like, hold on. So, this is now just... This actually just is the Shin Megami Tensei, like, devil system.
Ooh, I can get a chimera.
Because you're just, like, fusing cards to make other things.
Well, the cards gain experience when they kill a monster, and I think you get extra experience from picking up the gems when you're full. And then you use that experience to turn one card into another card.
Okay. So, yeah, this is such a weird combination of various different games. Like, it's original in how unoriginal, like, everything is, because it's like, you're ripping off everything, but it's all so fucking distorted. It's like a Funhouse mirror video game. Like, I genuinely cannot think of another video game which has any level of precedent similar to this. Like, I can't think of anything that operates the way that this does.
And then you can also, like, copy a card so you fission it. Instead of fusion, it's fission.
Video games.
I'm gonna do this, well, actually, I want to change my deck. I just got a bunch of new cards. I could make a new deck, but I have to name it if I make a new deck in that. You. I don't have enough. I have this card that takes 18 crystals, and I've got 15 just now because I got another runestone. So it'll drain my life if I use it.
Incredible.
Ooh, Bloodbush. I think that restores your HP when you hit an enemy with it, if I remember correctly. Go. Actually, before I make the same mistake I did last time, I'm going to put some heat.
Hey, do you want to just die? No. Hey, maybe heal then. No.
There's a bridge. And there's an orc. There's no longer a bridge. He's pleased with himself. Oh. If you hold down the use button, you can choose where to throw it by using the control stick. You should try it to save your life. Oh. Now the orcs have come out.
Yeah, but what about the men that they're going to sexually harass?
What about the porno about them that Rachel wants to watch?
It all comes full circle.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I wonder why Japan makes orcs pigmen. We've
not
talked
know.
about this before, and I still wonder.
Now we have giant bees.
I mean, I'm all for bees.
They're like queen bees because they got a little scepter in their hand. Come here. Oh, I missed it.
Sometimes you just want it to be bees.
It's always bees. Not the bees.
Dude, fuck getting the bee ability in Final Fantasy and get the final sting. Shit sucks. Blue Mage is something else.
You don't have to have it hit you.
I know, but like, when you're low level and you're trying to get it, and you shoot the thing and it don't die. And then it hit you.
Yeah, and then you die.
Yeah, but it died too because it's a bee.
These are less bees and more like hornets or wasps because they don't die when they sting.
I'm sure we've had this discussion before, but who here's been stung by bees?
I have.
Me.
I have not.
Sucks.
And this is why I am always concerned about the presence of bees.
You don't know if you're allergic or not.
I don't.
It does suck.
I knew a kid that one time would just grab bees for fun.
What?
No, like that's like he would just like harass bees, basically. And so like,
Did he enjoy
and-
getting stung?
No, he just liked to harass bees. Like if they were flying around at like foot level, he'd just like try and stomp them. And whenever they'd get freaked out, he would just like try and grab them.
That sounds like a serial killer.
Well, as you say that, they are not a serial killer. In fact, they are a home destroyer.
Oh, let's...
It is this same kid again. It is the one that got Shepard to go over to that house and then broke and entered into the place and was like, time to fuck shit up. This was him when he was younger.
Well, fuck.
I'm not kidding when I say that like half of my stories revolve around the same people just being insane.
You are...
Like this dude was around us since like 5th grade, and that left like a solid 2-ish years for him to just cause insane bullshit.
Wouldn't want no cockatrices chasing me. Oh, sir.
Oh, they're gonna turn you to stone.
Huh. He's probably got the right idea.
Yeah?
I got into a thing where it was just a bunch of us Vikings just parrying each other. And so it was just a bunch of shields like going smack, 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 smack. And nothing was happening. Nothing aside from us just constantly parrying was happening. It was just funny to me.
That's very good.
Wait to find the resources. You fucking got it.
Give me the card. The mummy card. You ever just look into the mountain and see the nothingness?
All the time.
Story of my life. Especially the nothingness.
These ladders are extremely long and they take so long to climb.
Oh my god,
This
I'm
is
like...
when you queue in Snake Eater every time.
Yeah.
That song is just etched into my brain. I've never even played that game. I've just watched that cutscene like 4 or 5 times, and it just burnt in. I don't know why.
Yeah.
I used to think it was so cool.
Oh!
Paul,
I chopped his head off.
Oh,
you are a Viking.
head gone.
Bye!
Ape's gone.
All my apes are gone.
Dude, that's my favorite shit right now. Is just, especially the Star Trek one where it's just NFT, bro. Ape's gone.
Oh, I saw that.
Like I can't get over a guy just being like, all my apes gone. Like the sentence is insane, but it's even dumber when you consider that like he didn't even actually technically lose the apes.
No.
Because that man 100% still has the URLs. He just no longer owns the URLs. Because that's all you really own. You don't own that JPEG. You own the URL that says that you own that JPEG.
Yeah.
I'll never understand it.
It's so stupid. It's so dumb. It's the equivalent of like if somebody gives you a certificate of authenticity for a painting, but then you're not allowed to keep the painting.
Yeah, but you own the certificate of the authenticity of the painting, just not the painting.
Like, if some dude was like, yo, here, I get to keep this Rembrandt at my house, but you get the certificate. But then I don't own it. What do you mean? You own the certificate.
Sacred orb.
Make sure to ponder your orb.
What pondering they orb?
Men only want one thing, and it's disgusting. And then it's just the wizard pondering the orb. I don't think I've seen that version of that yet, actually. That's it's really good imagery. If anybody sees that, let me know and I won't make it. But otherwise, I kind of want to make that and just be like, right to the coldest iron possible. Meme has already passed.
I can't get over how, like, I get it, she's a Viking, whatever, but how just gruff her voice is.
Yeah. People enjoy gruff, scary women.
I mean, I do, but like, damn.
What I think is interesting is people act like it's like a new development. Like, people really be sitting there going like, oh, it's the 2020s, everybody's into buff tall ladies. I'm like...
Gestures
like,
to 80s.
Yeah, gestures to Conan. Like, one of Conan's adventure partners in one of the movies was just like a really tall, androgynous black woman.
I think I have seen the first Conan movie.
I unironically like the Conan movies. I think they're really fun. I don't like the remake. The remake is quite bad.
Oh, okay.
Well, it's not even bad. It's just like, it's not what you're here for. Like they're taking themselves really seriously, and the Conan movies took themselves seriously in the way that like a pulp fiction book would do, where it's like it will portray itself as seriously, but you are also reading about a man who has been stranded on a planet filled with crabs, kind of thing.
Yeah.
Like it's serious, but you know it's not.
My ship is stranded.
Yeah, that'll
I
happen.
I can't get it back. No, like, I don't think this was supposed to happen, but it did.
Viking. Ship gone. It works for everything. Like...
All my ships are gone.
No, that's Star Citizen. Another game that will never come out.
Now they're making too much money off it not coming out.
I think you can make the money when it comes out, and you can now sell people, one, a completed game, and two, your stupid spaceship insurance.
Is the spaceship insurance as expensive as the spaceships?
No, but it's like... It's like, why are you buying insurance for a fake thing? Like, at least in Eve. Eve is like a spreadsheet simulator. So you're already basically one of those people that's just handling money anyway. But like, Star Citizen's is people being like, I want to go into space and fly around. I don't want to pay $70 a month so that you don't blow up my spaceship.
What if you don't get another spaceship?
Yeah, are you just fucked?
I don't know.
You are now a Star Citizen. You can only live on the space station.
I accidentally ran a man over.
With a boat or a horse?
Yeah, with
Oh.
a boat. I ran his boat over. Whoops.
Somebody that I follow has tweeted a brand new Twitter account. And it is @old Trump tweets. And like, man, guy was a piece of shit, but can't say that he wasn't just a great follow on Twitter for the insanity he used to say.
Yeah.
Let's get this right. Steve Jobs dies and leaves his wife everything, billions of dollars. Now his wife has a boyfriend, brackets lover. Oh, Steve. Yeah. People, when they die, often leave behind loved ones who may or may not find other people later. Like, that's not an insane train of thought.
Is the implication that she killed him?
No, it's... Well, maybe, but I don't think it's that. I think it's just like, oh yeah, look, she inherited everything now. She's dating this guy. And I'm like, yeah.
This is how relationships sometimes work.
I really like this one. There's only a few of these tweets, but they're going back like 10 years. It makes me feel so good to hit sleazebags back. Much better than seeing a psychiatrist, bracket, which I never have.
And how would he know?
Okay.
Oh,
Speak to Sigurd.
10 years ago, him using like the stupid nicknames for people thing that he used to do. Dopey Sugar @Lord Sugar. Isn't it sad that my golf course in Scotland just got best new golf course in the world? It's worth more than you are. How can it be voted best golf course in the world? It's not open, you deluded idiot. It's open all season. You can't play golf in snow, you stupid ass. And it just keeps going. Like they're just going back and forth on these things. It's so stupid. Oh my god, I hate this. It's so funny. Look in the mirror and thank the real Lord that Donald Trump exists. You are nothing.
That thing slowed me and it's hard to aim now. Sea monk.
It doesn't let you interact with the animals. It doesn't let you interact with the cats. I'm having a fucking breakdown. I can't. Oh, I can pet the cat.
I was gonna say you can't do that.
Oh, I let you pick the cat up.
This one's only from like, this is from back during the production cycle of all of his bullshit for like the presidency and everything, and I love it because of how stupid this one is. I remember when this one happened. When I said that Hillary Clinton got schlonged by Obama, it meant beaten badly. The media knows this. Often word used in politics. It's not. No, no one in the world has said schlonged. Like, nobody says that. Amazing. I gotta keep an eye on that.
Right?
For the,
I don't know.
The great old tweets.
I now have a beautiful little lion that I get to ride around.
A little weird. That it's like a lion and a Viking.
Oh my god, he's so cute! Come here! Oh my god!
Yeah, you normally don't see too many lions in England.
It's
Or
so
Scandinavia.
You did actually see lions in England for a while.
Or I could ride a bear, because I did also buy a bear.
Do you know about the lions being in England?
No, I don't.
They brought them from fucking like Rome. And so there was just like a subspecies of lion in England for a while that just kind of hung out there. And then like they just kind of stayed until they died. And then they just threw their fucking bones somewhere.
The wrong one, isn't it?
Beans, I can't ride you. You're too small.
This is much better environmental design, by the way. Like, I've been meaning to mention it, but like, the fact that the isometry of it is now water in the background is just a smart decision. Which brings me to the point of maybe it would have been beneficial to just use black in any of the indoor areas. Because this looks a lot better.
Alright, I'm just gonna not get that chest. That puzzle is annoying me.
If you did it one more time, you would have got it.
I'm sorry for my crunching. I'm
You
snapping.
know what? I'm going back because you said that.
There was a point where I was like, Shepard, I need help. Explain to me what to do in Dread right now. And he's like, I don't know, like, do what you said and like, I guess shoot a wall and just see if it was one of the ones you hadn't shot. And then I shot a wall and it was the one that I hadn't shot. And I just screamed. Because I'd forgotten for a little while that like certain surfaces could in fact be blasted open.
Yes, they can. Blasters can be used for goods and services.
In the Star Wars universe, this is true.
I want to ride my bear.
You have a bear as well?
Yeah. Well, because you can only buy, like, you can't be like, I just want to buy this. You have to buy, like, certain increments of fake money.
Yeah, that's how they get you. Predatory monetization.
Yeah.
That's literally a thing that Josh Strife Hayes will not shut the fuck up about. And I'm not saying that in a bad way, but he's always like, yeah, when they make you buy in the weird increments.
I mean, like, it was cool because I got a lion and a bear from it, so, like, whatever.
Yeah.
Oh my god, he's so cute!
I think about that with Final Fantasy a lot, where it's like, they sell it in not weird increments, but all the items are sold in weird increments on the store.
Yeah, that's definitely strange.
It's like, stuff on the store in Final Fantasy will be like 18, but then you can buy in like an order of 20, and it's like...
Listen, I don't want to be overdramatic,
Yeah.
but I would die for my bear.
Not in real life, I hope.
He's got little lines all over him, all little like these ruins. Ma'am.
Oh, I've seen the Rune Bear, actually. It does look really cool.
I need to name him.
That the right way? Oh, not yet.
I love the noise that their little paws make on the ground. Little pipettes. Ma'am, these are mine. You can't come up here.
Ooh.
I'm
Okay.
sorry.
Yeah, just had a cough, that's all.
Okay.
Got the COVID?
I mean, there's a very small chance that I might have at some point in my time, but if so, I'm okay. Hey, Missy, I have a thing to bring up.
Yeah?
It's like a 14 thing.
Yeah, what you need?
Why does the ARR hunt suck so bad? It's like you get 5 things a day, you get 1 thing a week, and then if you want more stuff, fuck you, level up Blue Mage. And then like all the rewards are shit.
I do not know. I just kind of like saw about the same thing and I just decided not to engage with that system.
Yeah, and like meanwhile, I'm seeing people walk around with like fucking Diablo swings.
I think the expansion ones are much more lucrative.
Yeah, and I go like, hey, how'd you get that? Oh, hunts. And I'm like, okay, so it's just like the ARR ones are shit. And they're like, yeah.
Okay.
Because like I saw those and was like, that's gonna be like an Endwalker thing. But at the same time, like whenever I hit Endwalker, I now know that I can get giant demon wings.
Around this thing? Probably not. Oh, no, I can.
Guys, I have a bear.
We
Yeah?
have heard. It has runes on it.
I'm very excited about this bear. More excited than I should be. Now I get to do what I
Bear.
usually... Now I get to do what I normally do in Assassin's Creed, which is just ride around on my animal.
I recently had a moment of talking to Rachel about like maybe I should go back and play the Assassin's Creed so I could like make fun of them. And I looked up like how long is Assassin's Creed, like Odyssey or Valhalla or one of them, and it was like 58 hours.
Yeah. That's just main story. That's not counting side
And like
story.
that's too much.
Yeah.
Move out of my way.
Well,
This is why I brought the fairies
oh my
to heal
god!
me.
There's sheep! Ah!
Like normal Assassin's Creed was like 15 hours long.
I just stand here. The carbuncle kill thing. It doesn't work if it gets hit, but it works pretty well until then. And these make big stomping noises.
I'm killing so many sheep. Whoever's
you?
Whoever's
The worm
sheep
thing
needs to launch it,
just
or I'd be
makes
mad.
me think of the Pokemon that's like a weird worm dragon. Not Rayquaza, but the other one.
The one in the apple?
I'm gonna be honest, I don't know. Its name sounds like Gridania, and he looks all evil.
The only worm dragon I can think of is Rayquaza.
If I type in Gridania Pokemon, what will I get?
I don't know.
It
No.
didn't actually do anything. I thought that would correct me. Giratina.
Giratina. Okay.
It looks
That-
like Giratina.
Okay, I was
Girat-
thinking it was that is very, very apt, but I was confused because it was not green.
Oh! See, that's not a worm to me.
It becomes a worm, or it is a worm and also has a leg form. I don't know which one is which.
Fuck, now I can't remember either.
I saw artwork of it that somebody did, and it was like body horror Giratina. And when I saw that, it made me think of this one time that Rachel created like a horrible centipede monster. And I was like, yo, that's pretty rad.
I think I'm gonna call my bear Mushroom.
I'll never understand how Game Freak keeps getting away with it.
Please stop parkouring up the chair, because every time you do it, it makes my heart rate go up.
Getting away with what, may I ask?
Pokemon.
Like
them and the Pokemon company just keep making Pokemon. And it's like...
Well, they're starting to get dumb because people are complaining.
People have been complaining for 15 years.
Yeah.
Oh, I just stopped buying them because I'm complaining too much.
But, like, the people complaining and the people, quote-unquote, boycotting, it does nothing. Like... They're still making more of them. There's, like, Arceus coming out.
There's a field filled with
That one I might
flowers.
look into.
Here's the thing, anytime they make a Pokemon game that isn't a mainstream Pokemon game, it always has, like, at least something in it.
Yeah.
There's a field filled with flowers and it's pretty.
Yeah, I just didn't buy the Diamond and Pearl remakes because they are stupid.
But, like, Game Freak and, like, they make other games. Like, they make not Pokemon.
They do. Sometimes.
Like Drill Dozer was a thing. Which was, like, a long time ago. But it existed. There was that fucking elephant game that they made with Sega. Do you remember that?
I do not.
Tembo the Badass Elephant?
Oh! I didn't know that was them.
Yeah, that was Game Freak
Tembo?
and Sega. Yeah, Tembo the Badass Elephant.
I love that name.
There's fucking, like, Giga Wrecker. They made that other bad game, Little Town Hero, that nobody liked. That had, like, Toby Fox make music for it.
I had a little bear. His name is Mushroom.
Dark Cloud, $7.49 via PSN. Good. Do you know games like that are bought on PSN are still able to be played on PS5s?
Don't know.
Through here?
Because it would be, like, really nice if they just let you bring over Dark Cloud to play on a PS5 and have just, like, no load time.
That'd be cool.
Because that game has horrible load times. I really want to go back and play those games.
I take back everything bad that I said about Valhalla. This is so much fun.
It's
Now that
only
you have
fun
a-
because you have a thing that's, like, cute for you.
It's only fun because I get to ride around on a bear in a field with flowers. Hi, friends! Can I take this bear into the...
I've had this discussion with Rachel where I'm like, I'm pretty sure that, like, Final Fantasy Endgame is going to be, like, she turns into one of those people that's like, I sign in and I take a picture of my character being cute. And then Endgame for me is like, okay, I want to do a Savage raid.
Would you mind if I stopped here?
You can stop wherever you want.
Yeah, this is just a good stopping point. We might
You
pick
can
up
stop wherever you like.
later. And thanks for having me be on the stream and whatnot and all that, and I will catch you guys later.
Sounds good.